Good morning, friends. Another hot, humid day. I think today is supposed to be, hopefully, the last, brutally hot day that we have this year. Yesterday was just almost unbearable. Um, when I was walking home from work, it was like I was having trouble breathing just because of how humid it was. It was like such little oxygen in the atmosphere. And I've been to like Cambodia, where it's like it felt basically like the same exact thing, just like that deep jungle heat and humidity there. Everything, you just feel like all your clothes, everything just kind of sticks to you. You can't feel comfortable ever. You just feel like you're in like a bath, like a dirty cesspool bath 24 hours a day. And it's not fun. So hopefully tomorrow it's supposed to go down like a lot, like to 22 degrees. Today it's supposed to go up to 29. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Um, so this is actually going to be the last episode for about a week, because tomorrow I'm going to Vancouver and to visit family. So I won't be able to have access to this kind of stuff. Which would I in the method that I would want to. So feel free to wait a week until I come back, and then you'll get to see it again. So today I have another request video. Someone told me to do a video on raccoons. So I feel like it's going to be a little bit difficult to come up with a lot of material for the next like 10 minutes about raccoons. I will say that although I'm not that knowledgeable on raccoons, I still find them a very interesting animal, or specimen, you would call, just because they are sort of beyond any other animal that exists, really. Well, first of all, they're like nocturnal, and they exist in pretty much every urban environment. They sort of adapted to the urban environment in such a interesting way, to where they just basically scavenge for trash. There's plenty of other animals that eat human waste, but like the raccoons take it to like a next level, where they're basically like I don't even know how to describe them. Like you have so many other wild animals. You have pigeons, you have squirrels, you have rats, but they always kind of like fail, or like they have their own like styles of own things, right? Raccoons have like such a distinct way of gathering food and resources, and that's they only come out at night, and they explicitly only go for garbage. They don't hunt, they don't do anything. They just see, like, it's just a very logical way of thinking, right? A squirrel would like spend all its time like gathering nuts and storing them in a tree or some shit, waiting for winter, preparing. The raccoon is not preparing for anything really, or at least not to my knowledge. It's just basically there all year round, and it's just collecting human trash because it's just there for the taking. They don't need to go to get specific things. They're not picky eaters whatsoever, and I find that in a lot of ways admirable. I also find them just interesting animals in general. They're like little bears almost, like possum bears. And I think this can like tie into other animals that are just kind of hybrids of like different species, and they don't really fit into the same like family tree. Like if you look at foxes, for instance, it's like, is that a feline or is that a canine? And it's like it's neither. They're kind of like just mixed together. And is like a raccoon like part of the possum family, or is it part of like the bear family? Is there even a bear family or possum family? I'm not even sure. I'm not a whatchamacallit, is a biologist who does that kind of stuff. I'm not really sure. So, raccoons are very interesting. I feel like they are very aggressive, although they're very cute, which leads me to wonder why they haven't been domesticated, or other animals haven't been domesticated either. Like, I can see squirrels or raccoons or some such other animals being able to be domesticated. I mean, we've domesticated rats, right? Like fucking rats that live in the sewer and like are known to be just in history animals that carry diseases and filth, and they have become pets in a lot of ways. And then you see like cats and dogs, like you see where we brought down the wolf, this wild carnivorous predator, into like this loving, friendly animal. I don't see why we can't do the same thing with raccoons, because I feel like if we had domesticated raccoons and someone opened up a pet store that specifically sold different breeds of raccoons, I think people would go insane and buy the fuck out of those raccoons. Just because I feel like, they're cute animals. They're very smart, obviously. And I feel like if people sold them, people would buy them. I feel like anybody who's interested in making pets, I feel like the raccoon market is definitely up for grabs. So anybody who owns a pet store, maybe think about trying to domesticate some raccoons. It might take a couple generations. I don't know how long raccoons live, but you can basically devote probably 50 years of your life, and by the end of it, you might have a breed of raccoon that's domesticated enough to where you can use it. So what else can I talk about raccoons for the next like 2 or 3 minutes? Well, I will say that I've never had a raccoon problem. I know plenty of people. My mom has a raccoon problem at her house right now. Um, and her dog is always barking at this family of raccoons. They kind of live in the tree behind our house, right? And my dog is just always going crazy about those raccoons. I don't know where I was going with this. I'm just trying to think of things up for the subject. So I think that's about all I can say about raccoons, is that they're very interesting, very smart, and I think that they could make very good pets. And if anyone wants to make a pet out of a raccoon, they definitely should try to do that. So anyway, that's all for now. Thank you. I'll see you next week. Have a great day.